Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for any sign that you may be thinking of today. Please use this reading to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of. At the end of the reading, we are going to put it out to the universe and we're going to ask Spirit to bring it to you. So let's call in our angels and our spirit guides. Let's see what your cards have for you today. And sit back and enjoy your messages. It is a fully channeled message. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided here for the first time. Let's see what we have. Let's see what they want you to know. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you have for us today? What is it that you want us to hear? What is the loving energy around us coming towards us? Energy that's meant to be. Energy in motion. I am listening for you now. I have a grateful heart. Practice gratitude, of course, by appreciating your partner. Acknowledge their efforts. Thank them for their love. Express how much they mean to you. It works both ways. Okay. A lot of us put in a lot of effort into the person we're with. We want to be thanked. We don't want to be taken for granted. And I've heard from a lot of people in my private readings that I felt like a doormat, or I felt like it was just expected of me after a while and there was no appreciation. So those are hard feelings too. We all want to feel appreciated. So somebody coming into your life who truly is grateful for you. Spirit, please share with me. I have a nurturing love. Show nurturing love by being attentive to your partner's needs, offer emotional support, lend a helping hand, and create a safe space for vulnerability. There should be the person in your life that there's nothing that you can't say to me that is going to push me away. This should be the one person you can go to with anything that you don't think they're going to judge you. They are going to accept it. They are going to be there with you. They're saying embracing arms is how they just said it. So it was almost this kind of whatever is coming into this connection. I'm going to wrap my arms around you and I'm going to embrace you and all of this kind of information or experiences, I should say, that are about to come into our life. So embracing arms. How beautiful. And I have a mutual growth. Encourage mutual growth by supporting each other's ambitions. Set goals together, celebrate achievements, motivate each other. So we are going to grow or we're not going to grow. If we don't grow, both of us are in big trouble. We have to grow together. And I think one of the things that really helps is having new goals, new projects, long-term goals, little every weekly goals. I don't care if we're going to clean out the garage this weekend. You know, it's a sense of we get things done together is how I feel. So we support each other. Thank you, Spirit, with embracing arms. Let's start there. I love it. What is it that you have for us? I have a Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Diamonds, Page of Cups. I have Strength. And I have a Wheel of Fortune. It's coming into me as acceptance. Okay. It was in a sense of I'm in acceptance to where I am right now. And I'm in acceptance to what it is that Spirit has for me. I do feel new energy. I do feel I'm crushing on you energy. I kind of am wondering. Okay, there's a sense of wondering. There's a sense of crushing for sure. Just kind of a question mark, like who are you and where is this going? And then I take a step back and I just say, if it's meant to be, it will be. So if this person is meant to be my life, if the feelings that I'm having for somebody or my first impression of somebody is going to turn into something more, then I take a step back and I just fully trust the universe. So I do feel like you are very, very confident, very self-reliant right now with that Queen. I have a 2 of Cups. I have a 4 of Pentacles. I have a Star. I have a Star. And I have a Sun. A little bit of I'm not going to let any, even if it's something new and even if it's something amazing, there was that little bit in there that said, I'm not going to let anybody take away my own happiness. So yes, I want this. Yes, I'm looking for this, but not at the stake of my own happiness, my own peace of mind. Now, the good news is we have a lot of new energy. Okay. We have the 2 of Cups, Page of Cups, Star, Sun, Wheel of Fortune. Let's just take a look at these 3 major arcana cards for a second. 4 actually with Strength, but let's take a look at these 3. These are our 3. I mean, there's a lot in them, but let's just say these are our 3 new beginning cards. Okay. A burst of energy, a wish come true, fate, destiny, it's your lucky day. So these are Spirit's way of saying, hey, it's in the cards, it's in the universe, and you are going to meet your equal, your partner with this 2 of Cups, because this just felt like there's something about this person that has piqued my interest. And I like these 2 eyeballs. See how like they have eyeballs on the glasses? It was almost like, I see you. I see something in you. So I do like that. And I do feel like first impressions go a long way. So I think that there's something going on with even just your first impression of them and their first impression of you. And is that the most important thing? Not necessarily, but it can make or break, right? If somebody walks up to you and 1, you're not attracted to them, that's a problem. 2, they say something that's off, off base or weird. Like, really? So what they look like, how they speak, what they're wearing. I mean, are we judging? Maybe. It's, those things are kind of important. Are they groomed? Do they smell good? Did they get ready to meet you? Or did they just roll out of bed? Or come from work and they're covered with dirt, whatever. First impressions go a long way. It's not a complete make or break, because sometimes the second impression is even better. Sometimes people are nervous in that first impression and they come off like just odd or weird in a sense. But right now I feel like we're both impressed, at least with that first impression. Okay. And then I feel like it's kind of that big question mark, is this somebody that's decent? And then it kind of transitioned into that with embracing arms. I'm going to embrace this energy. I'm going to embrace this person. They're going to embrace me. So it's we all go through kind of a lot of different things when we meet somebody, but I'm going to go with, I don't talk about first impressions that often. So obviously Spirit wants to bring that up. It could be that is actually something that is important in this particular connection. Maybe you've struggled with first impressions. You make a decision, yay or nay, right from that first impression. So maybe that's something that you struggle with a little bit. Spirit, please share with me. I have uncharted territory. I love that. I have a stormy weather. I have a healing a heartbreak. And I have universal love. The Spirit just shared with me that we've all had storms. I don't know anybody who hasn't had a storm. I don't know anybody who hasn't had a heartbreak. I think that when we get to a place where we just know that that's kind of the flow of life, and we start to accept universal love and everybody's kindness and goodness and seeing good qualities in people and enjoying people for who they are, they just said. I feel like you have become much more accepting of what is in front of you. So I love that. You are ready to enter into some kind of, is it uncharted? It could be uncharted, but it just feels like a fork in the road that you decide to take, the path less taken, the path least taken. And you kind of give it a try. You give somebody a try. Okay. They're sharing with me that you can feel this person who's come into your life has a kind heart, and that that could be something that you pick up on very, very easily. They could be very friendly to anybody, friendly to strangers. They're kind to the waitress when you're out to dinner. They open the door for the stranger entering into the restaurant. Just this sense of kindness. So that could be the first thing that you pick up on. That might be one of the first impressions that you say to yourself. They were just a really kind, caring person, not just to me, but to strangers, to everybody. Bottom of the deck, I have set a deadline. Oh boy, is there a deadline in love? There is, in the sense of somebody wasting your time. Okay, there is with somebody stringing you along, Spirit just said, or breadcrumbing you. If they are chatting with you for a long time on text messages and they want to be your pen pal and they're falling in love with you over a text message, but they don't want to meet you in person because they're too busy or not right now, they're not a real connection. They're looking for somebody to, they're saying a fun fling at the bottom of my deck. Yeah, they're looking for somebody who wants casual. I want to talk sexy on the phone. Send me pictures, oh, please. That's not the kind person I'm feeling. That's not the good first impression that I'm feeling. Okay. In fact, the first impression was I physically see you. I physically am looking at what you're wearing, what your hair looks like, your makeup, if you're wearing makeup, your hair, your outfit, I'm checking you out. So it's not somebody who's your pen pal. It's not. So be careful with that. There's a lot of that going on out there, and it's a very shallow relationship, Spirit just said, and it's not what they really intended you to have. So don't get trapped in that. Talk to somebody for a little bit and then just say, hey, I'd like to meet you in public. Let's go somewhere. And then, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm too busy. Just say, I'm moving on. I hope you find what you're looking for because I want a real person. I want to be with somebody, I want to go out to eat with somebody. I want to go for a drink. I want to see somebody face to face. So it's not a lot to ask for if you're looking for a relationship. I have a 6 of Wands. I have a Hermit. I have a 10 of Wands. And I have an Ace of Wands. Not that anybody can save somebody else, but there was a feeling of you pulled me out of something, okay? You pulled me out of my loneliness. You pulled me out of my isolation. You pulled me out of my box. You're forcing me, in a sense, to try new things and to get out of my comfort zone and to be more available. So it's not a saving feeling as much as, I don't know, you kind of put a boost under me to, do more and be more and be out and about and to be more active in my life. And so it is an opening new doors, Spirit saying. It could be new friendships. It could be new things that I'm doing that I've never done before. Because a lot of times there's things that you'd like to do, but I'm not going to do them by myself. So it could be something like that. But I do feel this kind of captivating energy with the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I'm just going to say you've captured my heart. You're stirring something in me, Spirit saying. You have opened me up to what love can really look like. So I think that this is a really slow burn love story for those of you that read romance novels. It feels like that. It feels that it's just going to grow over time. It feels like this is our slow burn love story. Again, with that embracing arms, I embrace it. So it's really beautiful. I think that if this isn't here yet, we'll ask Spirit for this kind of energy, because they are sharing that you do deserve something so much more than mind games. And it was a little bit of a cat and mouse energy there for a second. It was definitely a stringing along. So some of you have just been meeting the wrong people, and cut those strings sooner than later. Cut those strings that are wasting your time. If they're not meeting you in person, and they are dying to meet you in person, they don't want a real relationship. Be aware of that. I have a Two of Pentacles. That came into me as they have a choice. If you meet somebody and they are talking to a lot of different people, they're playing the field, so to speak. I have a Seven of Swords and I have a Judgment. I think you're going to be able to tell very quickly that they only want one thing, Spirit just said. And there's a lot out there, unfortunately. You're not an option. You're not just another person. There's a lot of people that do serial dating because they love that front end of dating where they capture you, you fall in love, it's the first everything, and then they move on to the next and they do it all over again because it's very euphoric. It's a hit, okay? It's an emotional hit for them. It's an adrenaline rush, like an addiction. So you want to be careful with the person who says, I don't want to put any labels on it and let's see where it goes. And I talk to a lot of different people. Okay. You want the person who after a couple dates says, yeah, I don't really want to talk to more than one person at a time. I can only handle one person at a time. It's just, I get too overwhelmed. So you want something like that. I feel like you're going to be much smarter in the days ahead. There's a sense of, they're saying learning to love myself. Okay, so you could be saying more no to people than you ever have. And that's not a bad thing. I feel like that's you standing your ground. That's you being you. That's you not settling, you not letting somebody take advantage of you, all of the above. Spirit, please share with me this soul energy. I have unconditional support. Offer unconditional support by being there for your partner. I want the person who they're saying a pillar of strength. Again, you don't need somebody to save you. You want somebody to be there for you. I call it the emergency contact number. I like when you get to a relationship and you know that this is the person who's going to show up for you. God forbid something happened, and you have to fill out that thing at work that says, who should we call? And your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse is really the person who knows where you are all the time, or has access to the most important people in your life, or knows your schedule, or can get there the fastest. So, without you hesitating, you put that person down as your emergency contact number. And then you realize, like, that's a big commitment. You're my emergency contact number. Are you okay with that? Are you going to show up for me? And the person laughs and says, of course I'm going to show up for you. But yeah, I feel like that's a commitment. You're my emergency contact number. Spirit, please share with me a timeline around this. This is our slow burn love story. I love it. I want this, Spirit. I do. When is it coming? In the next week looks promising. The number 37. I have February being a date. It could be a birthday date. I have the February 16th there. I have next couple of years, the number 41. Now, the next couple of years to me could be, we are developing this relationships. We're realizing that we want a long-term commitment. Maybe within a couple of years, we decide that we want to be engaged. We want to buy a house. So a lot can happen. A lot can happen in a year. A lot can definitely happen within a couple of years. So don't be afraid of that. I have March, kind of this lucky charm energy there. I have the next full moon, next new moon, number 49. You have the power to create the timing by taking action. So the getting up and out, meeting new people, going to new places, doing new things with or without somebody. And let's get one more of these. And I have June being important, the number 20. Spirit, can I have some future love messages? What is in the universe for us? What would this person be feeling? What is the kind of energy that maybe I will be feeling? What are the loving messages? I will love you forever. I'll claim that. At the end, I want you to claim it in the comments. I will claim I will love you forever. I'll take a forever love. I think about you all the time. Okay, that was just a feeling of you're my one and only. You're all I think about. I'm not a player. I'm not dating lots of people. I do fear the unknown without you. Maybe I'm going to be really honest with that. I don't want to get hurt either. It's always the same kind of energy. It's nobody wants a broken heart, but if we don't try, we won't know. I want to talk to you, but I don't know what to say. So I'm holding in my feelings. I could be waiting to see if you feel the same way. It was a little bit of I'm waiting for you to slip and say, like, I love you first. Just who's going to say something serious first. But I think it will be said. You are a distraction for me that makes me feel good. I can't think about anything else. I'm struggling with keeping my head on work during the day. I'm checking my phone all the time to see if you have reached out to me. So it could be a little bit of obsessiveness there in the beginning. I am still healing and growing, and I need more time before I am ready for you. So if they haven't come into your life yet, they could still be healing from another. You don't want somebody that isn't ready. Okay. If they haven't had time and space between their last connection, and they do need that kind of break, then that's the best thing they can be doing for themselves, because when they come into your relationship, they're going to want it. Okay. We want somebody who's healed. We don't want somebody who says, I wasn't ready for this. I'm entering into a relationship way too soon. So your person could be healing. Maybe that's why they haven't arrived yet. Don't be disappointed. They'll be a stronger person, a better partner when they do arrive. I feel like I can't compare to you, and that makes me insecure. You could be a real catch. They could be like, what are you doing with me? I do feel like we overcome that, but it is a little intimidating, you know, especially if you're dating somebody that they are by far the best looking person you've ever been with, by far. And you know, other people are attracted to them. But that's where the trust comes in. That's where I want to be with you. I don't want to be with anybody else. It doesn't matter if somebody's checking you out. Okay. I often dream about you. So we've got this beautiful slow burn is how it's coming into me today. Nothing wrong with slow. I really feel like over time, it's just going to grow into just a very strong, loving, kind, caring connection. So I'm going to put this into the universe. It feels beautiful today for all of you, or whoever heard this message was meant to find this message. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. And I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for your kind words, your comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. We will see you all again in another love reading real soon. In the meantime, enjoy your day. Think about what Spirit had for you. Put it out into the universe and let it go. And just sit back and relax and allow Spirit to work. We'll see you soon.